It's Franklin High School girls softball. Today, on a 68-degree day under partly cloudy, partly sunny skies in Franklin, the Franklin High Panthers, with a record of 5-10, take on a non-conference foe, the Shamrocks of Bishop Feehan, who come to town with a record of 7-7. Hi, neighbors, and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Our producer today is Chris Flynn. Yes, it's a non-conference matchup between two foes who meet often in non-conference play in all kinds of sports. Here for the Franklin High Panthers taking on the Shamrocks of Bishop Feehan. Franklin having a team very young. Talking to Coach Brianna Schaefer before the game, her mission is to try to maintain good leadership, which she feels she has. A very young team, a lot of sophomores. They play a difficult schedule, as you can see, with the Shamrocks coming to town today, and she's trying to keep the team positive. For Bishop Feehan, 7-7 on the season. They play in the Central Catholic League, which is another strong league, and they'll be starting out here today a mixed group of juniors and seniors. 4 seniors and 4 juniors and 1 freshman. And we just got the starting lineup from Coach Bill Milo of Feehan. The reason why he was delayed is he was waiting for a star player who was taking an AP exam today, and apparently she did not make it in time to be on the starting field, so they're going to shift the roster, and we'll fill that in as we get along. Her name is Rebecca Fielding, and she's taken an advanced placement test here today. So they'll rotate their roster, and we'll give you the first few players in their lineup. As we said, it was a very active roster till literally 10 seconds ago when Coach Milo came over and told us that Rebecca Fielding has not yet arrived. So we'll give you who we have. It'll be Sarah Dupree leading off and playing center field. She'll be followed by Olivia Abram playing second base. Next up will be Arlie Rodriguez at shortstop, Maddie Narducci at first base, Bella Silva, the designated player, Miley Raymer, the pitcher, Caitlin Devaney at third base, Allison Chase in right field, and being inserted into the lineup, I believe, is going to be Allison Cook, a junior, and she is going to be batting ninth. For Franklin, we'll give you their lineup. They'll start off with Ella Weston at shortstop, Katie Dowley in center field, Sarah Buzang at first base, Carly Johnson Pellegri at second base, Marley Allen the catcher, Sophia Sacramone will be the pitcher, Addie Weiss will be the designated player, Josie Drucker in right field, Ava Florist at third base, and Kira O'Brien will be in left field, but she will not bat. She is what's called a flex player. So for Bishop Feehan, they'll lead off with Sarah Dupree, a senior center fielder. The Franklin defense, Sacramone the pitcher, Marley Allen at catcher. Third base, Ava Flores. Shortstop, Ella Weston. Second base, Carly Johnson Pellegri. First base, Sarah Buzang. Left field, Kira O'Brien. Center field, Katie Dowley. And right field, Josie Drucker. The officials, the referee, umpire is Rich Sarney on the bases and Steve Crescione at home plate. The first pitch of the game is high and wide, ball 1. We are underway from Franklin, 68 degrees here at game time. Dupree, as you can see, a left-handed batter. She runs up and takes ball 2. It'll be Dupree Abram, followed by Rodriguez. 1, 2, and 3. The 2-0 pitch coming. And that's outside, 3-0. So Sacramone having some trouble finding the plate. And that's a strike, 3-1. The center fielder, second baseman, and shortstop. First 3 up for Feehan. Here's the 3-1. And that's ball. Check it. I guess I missed a strike. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2. The payoff pitch. And she went. That's a strike 3. She could not hold up. Might have chased ball 4. And here is Olivia Abram. Abram is a freshman. Dupree, who just struck out was a senior. And this is Abram, bats from the right side, and she's going to take a strike. Sophia Sacramone in the circle for Franklin. Here's the pitch. That's hit deep but foul down the left field line. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Olivia Abram. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. That's strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row to start the game for Sophia Sacramone. And here comes Arlie Rodriguez. She's their shortstop. And she's a senior. And her first pitch swung on and missed. And so Sophia Sacramone has found the strike zone. 0-1 to the shortstop, Arlie Rodriguez. Bill Milo, the coach. And there's a foul ball for the Shamrocks. And for Franklin, Brianna Schaefer in her 2nd year. Brianna, the KP graduate, and she also played at Bridgewater State, played softball at both institutions. 1 strike pitch. 1-1 to Arlie Rodriguez. On deck will be the first baseman, Maddie Narducci. The 1-1. That's a strike. A couple of players have hesitated on their swings. Oh, that was strike 3. She strikes out the side. How about that? 3 swinging strikes for 3 outs. Dupree, Abram, and Rodriguez go down, and Franklin comes up in the bottom of the first. Bishop Feehan no score, and Franklin coming to bat. Again, the Franklin offense: Weston, Dowley, Buzang 1, 2, and 3. Johnson, Pellegri, Allen, and Sacramone 4, 5, and 6. Weiss, Drucker, and Flores 7, 8, and 9. And the flex player for Franklin is Kira O'Brien. She does not bat, but she plays left field. In the circle for the Shamrocks will be Miley Raymer. She's a junior right-hander, and she'll be pitching to Jillian Conlon. Set the defense for you, besides Raymer and Conlon as the battery. Third base, Caitlin Devaney, a junior. Shortstop, Arlie Rodriguez, a senior. Second base, Olivia Abram, a freshman. First base, Maddie Narducci, a senior. In left field, it's going to be Allison Cook, a junior, we believe. Last-minute substitute. Sarah Dupree in center, a senior, and Allison Chase, a senior, in right field. It's Gwen Camara in left field. Camara in left field for the Shamrocks. And starting it off for Franklin is Ella Weston. Weston, the sophomore shortstop. A lot of sophomores in Coach Brianna Schaefer's lineup. First pitch is a strike. Weston, yes. 1 up and 1 down. Real solid hit there. But it goes for naught. And here is Katie Dowley, the senior center fielder. She fakes the bunt and takes a strike. Dowley, one of the captains, along with Sarah Buzang and Johnson Pellegri. They bat 2, 3, and 4 in the order in a row. Pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just underway here, bottom of the first, no score. The 1-1. That's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brianna Schaefer coaching at third, and down at first is Russell Wise. The other Franklin assistant is Larry Givens. Pitch home is a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Katie Dowley. Sarah Buzang awaits in the on-deck area. Miley Raymer, a junior right-hander. Swung on and missed, and there's 2 up and 2 down. Nobody's reached yet for either team, and this brings to the plate Sarah Buzang. The junior plays first base. One of the captains, as we said. Raymer with the first one. That's a ball. One ball and no strikes. Swung on and missed. No contact yet by the Franklin batters. Oh, I'm sorry, there was loud contact. The first batter lined out, but no runners. And then the strikeout to Dowley. It's 1-1 to Buzang. There it is. That's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rich Sarney, the home plate umpire. And at first, Steve Crescioni's the home plate umpire at first. Rich Sarney. That's outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sarah Buzang. Carly Johnson Pellegri awaits her turn on deck, hopes to bat this inning. But Buzang's got to get on. And she hits a rope to right field. That's a base hit. They're going to throw to first anyway, not nearly in time. A solid single. You could hear that. What a powerful hit by Buzang. And so Johnson Pellegri indeed does come to bat. She is the Franklin cleanup hitter. Second baseman is senior captain. Now with a runner on first. First runner of the game. And Johnson Pellegri stands in. Here's Raymer's pitch. That's a ball, 1-0. 7 innings is the game. No tiebreaker rules. If it's overtime, we keep playing. There is a 12-run rule. If either team leads by 12 after 5, the game is over. That's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Carly Johnson Pellegri. Buzang off first, bottom of the first. No score from Franklin. Pitch is high. The wind is blowing across the field from center field to right field. Might help a left-handed hit down the line. Anything to dead left might be knocked down a little bit. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here it is. That's foul. A late swing by Johnson Pellegri. She hits one of the equipment storage areas. And it's 2-2 on Johnson Pellegri, the short second baseman. Marley Allen, the on-deck hitter for Franklin. Here's the pitch, and he calls it outside. Crescioni, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the umpire will do a little house cleaning at home plate. And Johnson Pellegri, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Raymer showing good speed in the circle. And here's the payoff pitch. Johnson Pellegri takes ball 4. 2-on for the Panthers. It was a fairly close pitch. And here's Marley Allen. She'll take off her shin guards and step up to the plate. Allen is a junior catcher with 2 runners on now, with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Here's Raymer. Swung on and missed. Good speed by Raymer. 0-1 on the catcher for Franklin, Allen. Deal 1. Strike 2. Allen might have reached for it a little bit. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 is hit foul down the Franklin dugout side. Hits the dugout on the roof and bounds around. Count hangs at no balls and 2 strikes. Pete Royce with you here from Franklin's beautiful softball field on top of the hill. Pitch is popped up behind home plate. That'll go out of play, and it is dropped by a fan. Count still hangs at no balls and 2 strikes. Allen returns to home plate after that foul ball with a big smile on her face. Had a little exchange with the catcher, Jillian Conlon of Bishop Feehan. Again, no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is fouled off to the right side. Might have been off the end of the bat a little bit. And it's still 0-2. Marley Allen hanging tough. On deck now is Addie Weiss, the sophomore. Raymer pumping home strikes. The 0-2 fouled again. A good at bat for Marley Allen. But a little bit behind on the pitch. Again, very fast speed by Raymer, the pitcher. Well, Allen had to wait for that ball to be wide. 1-2. Foul ball again. Just getting a piece was Marley Allen. Not afraid to swing that bat. She's the 5 hitter in the lineup for Coach Brianna Schaefer. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Raymer pitches again, a foul ball. Allen fouling him off one after another. Noisy bench for Franklin, cheering on their catcher at the plate, Marley Allen. And finally, strike 3 swinging. So Raymer gets 2 by the K. She retired Dowley and Allen swinging. And for Franklin, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, no left. We finished 1 here from Franklin High School. Franklin and Bishop Feehan locked up 0-0. Give you the rest of the Feehan lineup. Again, it was shifted because a player could not arrive on time taking a advanced placement test. And so here in the second will be Narducci, Silva, and Raymer. Raymer, of course, is the pitcher, and she bats in the 6th slot. Silva is Bella Silva, and Narducci is Maddie Narducci, and Raymer is Miley Raymer. Those are your first 3 scheduled hitters. Narducci is the first base. And then Silva is the designated player, does not play in the field. And then Raymer, of course, is the pitcher. So we move to the top of the second. A nice inning for Sacramone. She retired the side on strikes. 3 strikeouts. Sending it down to second base is Marley Allen, and stepping into the plate is Maddie Narducci. Narducci is a senior. Second inning here. Franklin, it's been mostly cloudy. There is lots of blue, but we haven't felt the effect of the sun peeking through too often so far. Here's Narducci from the right side. Sacramone, ball 1. We have a chance, we'll give you the schedule to date for both teams and how they fared. That's a pop-up. It's going to drift out to center field. Out there is Katie Dowley, and she makes the catch. Katie Dowley in center. 4 straight retired by Sophia Sacramone. And this is Bella Silva. She'll bat from the left side. Let's check that out here. We didn't have this player on the roster. Okay, she's changed numbers. Nope, it is 27, Silva. That is correct. Okay. So she's the designated player. 1 strike to Bella Silva, the designated player. That's a low ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Silva is a junior from the left side. 1-1 home. That's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Like Raymer, Sacramone showing good speed. Sacramone in the circle. Pitch is hit deep down the left field line, curving foul. Foul ball. Sophia Sacramone, her second year. So far, so good. 4 up and 4 down for the Shamrocks. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bella Silva. And that's popped down the left field line. That's going to drop for a fair ball. That's in there. And it's a long turn by Silva. And she'll pull up with the first hit of the game for the Shamrocks. A looping single to left field. And here comes the pitcher, Miley Raymer. Raymer will stand in. See what kind of a hitter she is. And she fouls it off, had a nice swing on it. Very nice swing. 0-1 to the pitcher for Bishop Feehan, Miley Raymer. 1 on, 1 out. Second inning. Popped up, foul, out of play. no balls and 2 strikes to Miley Raymer. Raymer is a junior facing the sophomore, Sophia Sacramone. Caitlin Devaney on deck. Change screen and out of play. So a long foul ball with 2 strikes. Count hangs at no balls and 2 strikes on Miley Raymer. Pitch is foul back. Count still hangs. 0-2. Sacramone looks in. That's high. Raymer pretty tall, but that was way over her head. That's the first ball delivered to her after a bunch of strikes, several of which were fouled off. Shot, what a play by the third baseman there. Florist for the out, a wicked shot, and Ava Florist made the play. It goes 6-4 over to Carly Johnson Pellegri from Ava Florist. Nice look. And we have a pinch runner for Raymer. And going down to first is going to be Alex Souza, the sophomore pinch runner. Coach Brianna Schaefer calls a conference on the mound. What a nice play by Ava Florist. So Souza replaces Raymer as a courtesy runner for their pitcher. And Caitlin Devaney will be up. Devaney, junior third baseman for the Shamrocks. 1 hit for each team so far. Home plate umpire Criscione marking the courtesy runner at first, Souza. And Devaney stands in. Caitlin Devaney, third baseman. She hits in the 7th hole for Coach Bill Milo. And there goes the runner, throw down to second. They got her, but the dropped ball. The ball was there in time, but the ball was the player Souza slid in. It jarred the ball loose from Carly Johnson Pellegri. I believe she's the one who took the call, took the play. And it's a stolen base for Souza. Pitch is a 1 ball, 1 strike count now. Popped up right behind me and over my head. As usual, I was ducking for cover. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caitlin Devaney in the 7th slot. Pitch is looped to left field. Charging hard is O'Brien. She makes the catch. She makes the catch, so the single is pinch run for. The singler was Silva. She's pinch run, stolen base, but Souza is left stranded at second base. No runs, 1 hit No errors and one left. We go to the home half of the second. It's Bishop Feehan 0 and Franklin 0. For Franklin in the second, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Sophia Sacramone, the pitcher, followed by Addie Weiss, the designated player, followed by Josie Drucker, the right fielder. Against the right-handed offerings of Miley Raymer. It's hard to believe, but the season is beginning to come down to a precious few games. Franklin softball will have 3 games in a row this week, Monday, today, and tomorrow and Wednesday. Then just maybe 1 or 2 games left to their season. Franklin, of course, in the Hockomock League. They started the season with a win at Oliver Ames. How about that? 12-3. Then 3 losses to King Philip, Foxborough, and Taunton. Then a win over Sharon, and losses non-conference to Walpole and Braintree. We'll pick up the rest of the schedule when we have a little bit of a breather. Here we go with Sacramone standing in. Raymer inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sophia Sacramone. Junior pitcher, sophomore batter. Foul ball. Sacramone had a nice swing at it. One and 2. Outside is the call by home plate umpire Steve Criscione. Rich Sarney umpiring on the bases here today. 2 and 2 to Sacramone. 3 and 2 now, full count. Raymer has walked 1, given up 1 single. This is the payoff pitch. And it's hit to the second baseman on a line. Second line out for the Panthers. Picked out of the air by Olivia Abram. 1 up and 1 down in the home second. And this brings to the plate Addie Weiss, the designated player. Hits in the 7th slot. The sophomore from the right side. The pitch. Called the ball, 1-0. Chris Flynn spinning the dials for us here. We welcome our viewers on YouTube, Franklin Pride TV, and on Franklin TV. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike to Addie Weiss. On deck is Josie Drucker, the right fielder for Franklin. One ball and 2 strikes now. Addie Weiss. One of 5 sophomores in the starting lineup for Coach Brianna Schaefer. And she takes strike 3 called. That's the 3rd strikeout for Raymer. For Sacramone, she also has 3. And now stepping up is Josie Drucker, the right fielder, the junior. No score, bottom of the second. Scheduled 7-inning game. And Raymer pitches. And that is a strike at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. One and 1. Ava Flores, who made that great play defensively in the top of this inning, waits in the on-deck area. Pitch. It's a strike. It had Drucker backing away, but it's called for a strike. 1 and 2 on Josie Drucker. And she swings. The catcher drops the ball. She'll have to throw to first. She does. That's 4 strikeouts for Raymer. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We finished 2 here from Franklin. Franklin and Bishop Feehan, no score. For the Shamrocks, they'll have in this inning. 8, 9, and then 1. And for the Bishop Feehan team, that'll be Allison Chase. She'll lead it off. Chase is the right fielder. And she'll be followed by Camara, Gwen Camara. She's the left fielder. And then we go to the top of the order in Sarah Dupree. So this will be the first plate appearance for Allison Chase. Chase, a senior, followed by Camara, who is a junior. Sophia Sacramone about to pitch her third inning of this game. And Allison Chase will stroll into the batter's box after he gets dusted off. Home plate does anyway by Steve Criscione. Franklin breaks up their conference in the circle. And it's going to be Sophia Sacramone against Allison Chase. Another right-handed batter for the Shamrocks. And here's the first pitch of this inning. Swung on and fouled back. Chase, 0-1 in the third inning. The wind pretty calm at the moment. Flag pretty stiff, straight down out in center field. 0-1 to Allison Chase in the 8th slot for Coach Bill Milo in his 10th year at the Bishop Feehan, as the Bishop Feehan head coach. That's a ball, 1-1 on Chase. 1-1 is high. 2 balls and 1 strike on Allison Chase. No score, top of the third inning. Popped up. Third baseman Flores tries to check it out, but it's just over the screen and the fence and out of play. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Allie Chase. It'll be right fielder, left fielder, and center fielder. The outfield will bat this inning for the Shamrocks. Here's Sacramone with her pitch. It's high, and it's full on Allison Chase. Bishop Feehan, of course, a regional school, private school, out of Attleboro, Mass. The payoff pitch home, swung on, hit deep to center field. Back out there is Dowley, and she makes the catch in very deep center field. That's 1 out, a nice at bat for Allison Chase. And here's Gwen Camara, the junior left fielder. Good contact by Chase. But Dowley was there. Here's Camara. A little low, 0-1 on the 9th hitter in the lineup for Coach Milo, the left fielder, junior Gwen Camara. The 1-0. Popped up. It's going to be in the left side. Flores calls for it and one-hands it at third base. 2 up and 2 down here in the visiting third. This brings us to the top of the order and Sarah Dupree. Dupree struck out swinging to lead off the game. That's from the left side. Senior center fielder. First one to her. That's a strike down the middle as Dupree ran up as though to bunt. And their coach, Milo, coaches at third. Looks like a assistant coach, might be a player down at first. I believe it is a substitute player coaching at first. The ball is high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Olivia Abram, the second baseman, on deck. Here's the 1-1. It's in the dirt. Scooped up by Allen. And it's 2-1. No walks so far in the game for Sacramone. And there's a smash that's going to be foul down the left field line. And it's 2-2 on Sarah Dupree. One base runner so far. One hit, I should say. It was Bella Silva. No, I'm sorry, it was. There's another hit. It was Silva who got the hit, and now Dupree gets a hit. Second hit of the game. Silva and now Dupree with singles. And this brings up the two-hitter in the lineup for Feehan, Olivia Abram. 2 outs, 1 on for Abram, the freshman. Sacramone stares in and winds. Swung on and missed. Abram let it rip, but no contact. Keep an eye on Dupree at first base. Pitch. That's a strike. They said she swung. 0-2 on Abram. The third hitter is next, Arlie Rodriguez, if Abram can keep it going for the Shamrocks. 0-2. The 0-2, swung on and missed. The fourth strikeout of the game for Sophia Sacramone. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We finished 2.5 from Franklin. The score, Bishop Feehan 0 and Franklin no score. Fine pitching has been the key to this game so far. Feehan's pitcher, Raymer, with 4 strikeouts, and Franklin's pitcher, Sacramone, with 4. Both with 4 through 3. We move now to the 4th inning, and for the Panthers, it will be 9-1-2. It'll be Florist, followed by the top of the order, Weston and Dowley. Ava Florist, the third baseman, the sophomore. Will lead it off. So this is Ava's first plate appearance of the game. She did make a fine play in the second inning, I believe. Catcher throws it down from her knees. That's Jillian Conlon. And strolling up is Ava Florist. A high five from Coach Brianna Schaefer. And Florist, the number 16 on her back of the powder blue Franklin uniform. And Florist about to step into the box. Raymer's been good. 1 hit, surrendered. That's a strike. I think you said Raymer with 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. It's 4 strikeouts through 2 because Franklin is only now batting here in the home third. 0-1 to Florist. Weston on deck. 0-2. One thing about the Franklin players, they are swinging away. No balls and 2 strikes to Ava Florist. And foul tip, but caught by Conlon. That's 3 strikeouts in a row, 5 in the game. For Raymer. We go to the top of the order for Ella Weston. She lined out loudly to shortstop in the home first. Swung on and missed. So Raymer now with 5 Ks once through the order. Weston, the sophomore shortstop at the plate. Called outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Katie Dowley will await her turn next. Raymer with the wind, and that's a strike. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Weston fouls it off. Count hangs at 1-2. This is the top of the order here in the home third. A little bit high, 2-2. I'll tell you, Raymer's pitch is coming in with some velocity. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here it is. Foul back to the backstop on the ground. Count hangs at 2-2. Probably the longest at bat was achieved by Marley Allen in the first inning. She kept fouling pitches after pitches off, and finally she did strike out. But here's Weston now. 2-2 pitch, fouled again. Same place as the previous one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Franklin 5-10 on the season. It's a non-conference game. Out of league so far, they're 0-2. 5-8 in the Hawk. 2-2, it's rolled in there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Pitch is hit hard down the right field line. That's in for a base hit. Fielded out there, dropped, now picked up by the right fielder Chase, and a nice single to right. The second Panther hit of the game. The first belonged to Buzang. She's on deck, and here's Katie Dowley. 1 on, 1 out. Raymer had retired 5 straight prior to that single by Weston, and here's Dowley. She struck out swinging in the first inning. She fakes the bunt, takes the strike. The runner's going down. It's a stolen base. The ball was dropped by the shortstop, and it's a stolen base for Ella Weston. So Dowley faked the bunt, and the throw was down there in time, but the shortstop Rodriguez dropped it. So it's a stolen base for Weston. Runner in scoring position now. Franklin with a couple of chances now with 2 possible batters to get her in. That's a strike, 0-2. That first one that Weston took to try to fake the bunt was called a strike. So it's 0-2 on that Dowley took. It's 0-2 on Dowley. The 0-2 home. Hinch, that's a strike. Strikeout number 6 for Miley Raymer. And here's Buzang. She singled loudly in the first inning. Chance to pick up an RBI with Weston off second now with 2 outs. So she'll be going on anything. Buzang in the 3-hole. She takes a strike. Shaking her head. She didn't like the pitch. Might have gotten an off-speed pitch there. Raymer's generally been firing them in. 0-1 on Buzang. Here it is. That's a strike, 0-2. So most of the Franklin Panthers have been swinging away, but Buzang takes 2 straight. Now she's in the 0-2 hole. Bottom of the third, Franklin with a runner on. The 0-2 is fouled to the screen on the first base side where the on-deck hitter Carly Johnson Pellegrini had to be alert. 0-2 on Sarah Buzang. Weston off second. Miley Raymer delivers 0-2. That's a hit. Sharply been caught by the first baseman, Maddie Narducci. Another solid hit, but Narducci sneered it, and it makes it no runs. 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We finished 3 here from Franklin. It's Franklin and Bishop Feehan, 0-0. Some loud outs for the Panthers. They had a line drive by Weston in the first inning, a line drive by Sacramone in the second, and a line drive by Buzang in the third. 2 hits for each team, no runs for each team. Raymer with 6 strikeouts and Sacramone with 4 so far. We're going to move to the 4th inning. It'll be Arlie Rodriguez, Maddie Narducci, who just snagged that line drive, and Bella Silva. 3, 4, and 5 for the Shamrocks. We talked about the Franklin schedule. We brought you through the non-league games. Then Franklin on April 22nd won at North Attleboro 11-3, then won home to Canton 9-4. So they won 2 in a row. First time they had done that this season. Then lost home to Attleboro, lost at Mansfield 6-5, lost home to Milford 11-6, defeated Stoughton at home 6-1, lost home to KP 14-0 after 5 run rule game there, and lost last time at Taunton 13-0 for their record of 5-10, 5-8 in the Hawk. We'll give you the schedule to date for Bishop Feehan when we have the chance. Pitches a ball as we go to the top of the 4th. And this is Arlie Rodriguez. She struck out swinging in the 1st inning. She is their senior shortstop. The pitch. And that's a ball. 2-0 on Rodriguez. Three and 0, so 3 wide of the mark. So far, Sacramone has not walked anybody. She's in danger of her first free pass, unless she can come back on Arlie Rodriguez. 3-0, that's low, that's ball 4. There's your first walk of the game for Sacramone. This will bring up the cleanup hitter, Maddie Narducci. And the player is going to take second base. I'm not sure what happened. The time was not called. Nobody covered second base. And so Rodriguez took off and got the extra base. So she takes it. She's at second with nobody out. And here's Narducci. Smart play by Rodriguez. Pitch is high, 1-0. Narducci hit a fly ball to the center fielder Dowley in the 2nd inning. Pitch home. Ball 2, so it's 2-0. So Sacramone has walked 1 and delivered 2-0. I believe that's 6 straight balls delivered by Sacramone, and Marley Allen, the catcher, will have a conference with her sophomore pitcher, Sophia Sacramone. Allen is a junior. It's a young team for Franklin. They lost a lot last year. A lot of seniors graduated. So Allen trots back behind the plate, and Narducci stands in with a favorable count of 2-0. Sacramone trying to find the plate, and she does at the letters, 2-1. On deck is Bella Silva. She had a loud single in the 2nd inning. Pitch is in the dirt. A nice pickup by Allen. She dug it out. Three and 1 now on Narducci. Nobody out here in the visiting 4th. Ground ball. It's in the hole for a base hit. Left fielder charges. She's going to come in and she's going to score. She's going to score. So an RBI for Narducci. And it's 1-0 on a single through the hole. 1-0 Shamrocks. And this brings up Bella Silva, the left-handed batter. She singled and was pinch run for in the 2nd inning. 3rd hit for the Shamrocks. They lead it 1-0. Ball was loose in left field, so O'Brien does the house cleaning, throws it out of play, and Silva will stand in. Now with a runner on first and nobody out. Pitch home is high and away, 1-0. Now Silva is the fifth hitter in the lineup for Bishop Feehan. Two and 0. So Sacramone with some control trouble. She walked one, fell behind 3-1 to Narducci, who then singled. Now it's 2-0 to Silva, and that's a strike down the middle. Nice pitch for Sophia Sacramone. Top of the fourth, 1-0, Shamrocks. That's a strike, 2-2, so Sacramone has come back on Silva. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, ground ball back to the circle, over to second for one, over to first. The first baseman was off the bag, so it's a fielder's choice. 1 out, 1-6, I believe, on the put out at second base for the first out of the inning. And Silva is over at first now with 1 out. And at the plate is their pitcher, Miley Raymer. She hit a fielder's choice to shortstop in the second inning. Pitches a ball to throw to first, and safe. Just getting her hand in there was Silva on a nice throw by Marley Allen. Beautiful throw by Allen. Pitch was a ball, so it's 1-0 to Miley Raymer, the pitcher for Bishop Feehan. 1-0, popped up to first base area. It's going to be Buzang, and she makes the catch. Sarah Buzang gets the second out of the inning. I believe it was a fair ball. And this brings up Caitlin Devaney, the seventh hitter in the lineup, the third baseman. She flew out deep to left field in the second inning. She hits a ground ball foul. So there's now 2 outs. 1 in, 1 on here in the visiting fourth. Green and gold Shamrocks of Bishop Feehan at the plate. Devaney, the junior, stands in, pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sacramone with 4 strikeouts so far. The pitch, that's rolled in, he gets through. That's going to be a wild pitch, and that'll bring the runner, Silva, down to second. So she's in scoring position now. There are 2 outs, and Caitlin Devaney ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Popped up. This is going to be close. The third baseman cannot make the play. Flores charged with the palm up, but she couldn't quite get there in time. And the ball is going to be a strike, a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I would not call that an error because it was a difficult charging play for Flores. Here's the 2-2. That's popped up again. This time Flores calls for it and makes the catch. So she had another chance, and she made the good on the second one. For the Shamrocks, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We go to the home fourth. It's 1-0 Bishop Feehan as they take on the Franklin High Panthers. Taking a look at the Feehan schedule to date. They play in the Central Catholic League. They opened with a win against Bishop Fenwick, 1-0, then 2 losses in a row to Bishop Stang out of New Hampshire, 7-3. Archbishop Williams, here in this area, lost 3-2. Then a win against KP, big one, 6-0, and a win against Bridgewater Raynham, 13-0. Then 2 losses to Silver Lake and St. Mary's of Lynn. Then a win against Arlington Catholic, a loss to Taunton, but that was a good game, 4-3. A win against Cardinal Spellman, 10-0. A win against Newton North, 14-2. A loss to Silver Lake, 6-0. a win against Middleborough 8-1, and a loss just this past Saturday, to Dighton Rehoboth at Dighton Rehoboth, 12-0. And that makes them 7 up and 7 down on the season, the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks. They lead this one here in the home fourth, 1-0. For Franklin in the fourth, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Carly Johnson Pellegri, Marley Allen, and Sophia Sacramone. Johnson Pellegri walked in the first inning and was stranded there. In fact, the Panthers stranded 2, and so far they've stranded 3 over the course of the first 3 innings. 2 in the first and 1 in the third. And here is Miley Raymer, set to deliver to Carly Johnson Pellegri, the second baseman for Franklin. Pitch is hit deep to center field. Way out there is Dupree. She makes the catch just a few steps in front of the fence. A long fly out by Johnson Pellegri. 1 up and 1 down, 1 pitch and 1 out in the home fourth. Here's Marley Allen. Remember, she had that long at bat in the first inning before she finally struck out. Bunch of foul balls. And here she is for the second time in the fourth inning. She's the 5th hitter in the lineup for Coach Brianna Schaefer. 1-0 on Marley Allen. Sacramone on deck. Pitch is high. 2-0 on Allen. 1-0 as Feehan pushes one across in the visiting fourth. Swung on and missed by Allen. Miley Raymer delivers. That's high. 3-1 on Marley Allen. Miley against Marley. Pitch is ball 4. So that's the second walk that Raymer has given up. She had walked Johnson Pellegri in the first inning. With 1 on and 1 out, Sophia Sacramone will stand in. It's going to be a pinch runner down for Allen. And let's check that player out for you. For Franklin, it's going to be Ross. Ross will be pinch running. Olivia Ross, freshman. She's down at first. The pitch is a strike. 0-1 to Sophia Sacramone. One on, 1 out. Down to first base. It's foul. It hugged the line. We had a good look at it, right in line with where we're sitting, calling the game, and just stayed on the right side of that chalk line all the way down. So it's 0-2 to Sacramone. Pitch is a ball, a throw down to second. It's a stolen base, a collision there. A collision there with the pinch runner. And see if everybody is okay. That was Olivia Ross. She slid right into the shortstop, Rodriguez. Pitch was a ball, but the concern is the health of the two players on that heavy contact down there at second base. I believe it was Rodriguez who took the throw. And getting up slowly now is Rodriguez. She gets a good round of applause. And Arlie Rodriguez is okay. But it's a stolen base for the pinch runner for Franklin, Olivia Ross. So Franklin with the potential tying run in scoring position with 1 out here in the home fourth. 1-2 on Sophia Sacramone. She lined out hard to the second baseman Abram in the second inning. It's 2-1. The 2-1. The scoreboard was wrong. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Here it is to Sacramone. That's high, 3-1. Ross taking a huge lead off second base. She gets back. 3-1 on Sacramone. On deck is Addie Weiss, the designated player. 3-1. Sacramone down to first. It's caught. And stepping on the bag there is Narducci. 3 unassisted. Another hard hit ball, but it's an out. Runner on third, but now with 2 outs. It's the pinch runner, Olivia Ross, with 2 outs. And here is Addie Weiss, the Franklin designated player, the sophomore. She struck out looking in the second inning. Potential tying run on second with 2 outs. The pitch, foul back, a nice rip by Addie Weiss. Beautiful swing there by Weiss. 0-1 on the Franklin designated player. One of 5 sophomores starting this game for Franklin. Miley Raymer, 6 strikeouts. The pitch, outside, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Raymer delivers, swung on and missed. 2 strikes now on Weiss. It's the visit home fourth. We're 1-0 Shamrocks. Pitch home is high. 2-2 now. Count even on Weiss. Raymer looks in and goes to the wind. The pitch swung on and missed. That's 7 strikeouts for Miley Raymer through 4 innings. Franklin, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. Franklin is stranded 4 through 4. We go to the visiting 5th. The score is Bishop Feehan 1 and Franklin 0. For Feehan, they will send up 8, 9, and 1. Allison Chase, Gwen Camara, and Sarah Dupree. Shamrocks got their lone run last inning on a nice single by Narducci. Knocked in Rodriguez. Remember, Rodriguez took second base with a smart heads-up play as the ball was, no timeout was called. She just took off, and the fielders were not covering the bag, and she just got it before the pitcher had gone into the circle, I believe. So that's the lone run. We move to the 5th. It's a 7-inning game, unless we're tied after 7. Then we play on. 8, 9, and 1. Throw down a second is beautiful by Ellen. And here's Allison Chase to stand in for the second time. The right fielder has hit a long fly to center field back in the 3rd inning. 8, 9, and 1. Exactly the way the 3rd inning started, 8, 9, and 1. So Sacramone with 4 strikeouts. Her opposing pitcher has 7. Pitches a strike to Allison Chase. 0-1. Game moving along here into the visiting 5th. Pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2. 0-2 for Allison Chase. On deck hitter is Gwen Camara, the left fielder. It's in the 9th slot. Little let-up pitch, and it had Chase way out in front, and she dribbled one to the 3rd base side, foul ball. Count hangs at no balls and 2 strikes. Sun-drenched crowd at the moment. Quite a few Franklin fans. A few Bishop Feehan fans here on the 3rd base side. Pitch is a let-up for a strike, and that's number 5 for Sophia Sacramone. Her first strikeout since the 3rd inning. And stepping up to the plate right now is going to be Rebecca Fielding. So she's made it from her advanced placement test, and she's going to pinch hit for Camara. Rebecca Fielding. So she'll play left field. Fielding, her first plate appearance, a late arrival because of her test. Fielding is a junior, up for the first time. Had she been on time, but for the test, she would have batted second, but now she's in the ninth hole. Pop up to Buzang, and she struggles with it, but makes the play. So pop up to the first baseman on the circle. So Fielding is retired for the first time in her one plate appearance, and we go to the top of the order, and Sarah Dupree, a strikeout in the first and a single in the third. She's their center fielder. 2 up and 2 down in the visiting fifth. 1-0 Shamrocks. Pitches outside, 1-0. Again, the home plate umpire is Steve Criscione, and on the bases, Rich Sarney. 1-0 to Sarah Dupree. Top of the fifth, 1-0 Feehan. That is called a strike. 1-1. The leadoff hitter, Sarah Dupree. Sacramone called outside, 2-1. Here in the fifth inning. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, streaming on YouTube on Franklin Pride TV. Pitches outside and is 3-1 on Dupree. So far, Sacramone has walked 1. That was last inning. The run scored. There's a ground ball to second. Nice play by Carly Johnson Pellegri. 3 up and 3 down in the visiting fifth inning. Nothing across. We go to the home fifth. It's Bishop Feehan 1 and Franklin nothing. For the Panthers, they'll have 8, 9, and 1 here in the fifth. Against Miley Raymer, she's been good. 7 strikeouts through 4 innings for the right-hander Miley Raymer. Checking the next games for both teams. Franklin will be here tomorrow hosting North Attleboro and on the road Wednesday at Attleboro. How about that? 3 games in 3 days for the Panthers. Then their last game of the season, regular season, is on May 20th. That's a week from today at Milford. That's a 6:30 start at Milford. And that's it for the regular season. Can you believe it? 4 games counting this one, and the regular season will be in the books. And let's take a look at you Shamrock fans. Your next game will be tomorrow also at Braintree. And then the Shamrocks play another game Thursday at Bridgewater Raynham and another game Friday home to Archbishop Williams. Heavy schedules for both teams here in this week in mid-May. Well, the business at hand is Franklin versus Bishop Feehan in the home fifth. Franklin needs a run. They're down by 1. It's a 7-inning game. And Raymer with her last warm-up toss. Jillian Conlon, the catcher, fires one down to second. And we're ready to begin play in the bottom of the fifth. Drucker struck out in her lone plate appearance to end the second inning. 1 of 7 strikeouts recorded by Miley Raymer. R-A-M-E-R is her last name. So Drucker from the right side, the right fielder for Franklin. 1 of 3 juniors in the lineup. Franklin, 5 sophomores, 3 juniors, and 2 seniors. And here's the first pitch. And that's a strike to Josie Drucker, the 8th hitter in the lineup for Coach Brianna Schaefer. The 0-1 home. That's low, 1-1. Only one run in the game. It belongs to the Shamrocks. Good pitchers contest so far today. Foul back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter in the 5th inning, Josie Drucker. She hits 8th for Franklin in their lineup. Miley Raymer, tapper, third base, fielded there, the quick throw, in time. Nice play by Caitlin Devaney over to Narducci. 5-3 on the assist. 1 up and 1 down in the home 5th. This brings up the 9th in the lineup, Ava Flores, the third baseman. She struck out swinging. 1 of 3 strikeouts in a row recorded by Miley Raymer from the 2nd to the 3rd inning. First pitch, Flores taps one, left side, Devaney fields, throw to first, right on target. 2 5-3 plays here in the 5th inning. Both to the third baseman, Caitlin Devaney, the junior. She whips it over to Narducci, the senior. 2 up and 2 down in the home 5th. We go to the top of the order in Ella Weston. She's had 2 loud contacts. A line drive to shortstop for an out and a single to right in the 1st and 3rd inning respectively. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Ella Weston, the sophomore shortstop, stands in. Nobody on, 2 outs. 5th inning. That's hit hard to right field. The right fielder one-hands it. She came in on the play. That's Allison Chase. She makes the play. Again, loud contact by Weston, but she's retired. 3 up and 3 down in the home 5th. We go to the 6th. It's Bishop Feehan 1 and Franklin no score. So for the Shamrocks, it'll be Olivia Abram, who is the freshman second baseman, followed by Ali Rodriguez. Remember, she was shaken up on a steal attempt, but she stayed in the game. She'll be bat second this inning. She's their shortstop. And the third hitter will be the cleanup hitter, who has the only RBI in this game, Maddie Narducci. So it's 2, 3, and 4 for the Shamrocks against the sophomore Sophia Sacramone, who's pitched well, only giving up that 1 hit. Remember, it came on a walk, then a single after Rodriguez took second base. After her single, when time was not called. Throw down to second by Allen is a strike. And here we go in the visiting 6th inning. Strolling to the plate is Olivia Abram, the lone freshman in the starting lineup for Coach Bill Milo. 4 seniors, 4 juniors, and 1 freshman. No sophomores in the lineup for Feehan. Abram has struck out twice, once in the 1st and once in the 3rd. She has picked up 2 of the 7 strikeouts. I'm sorry, 5 strikeouts recorded by Sacramone. Raymer has 7 for the Shamrocks. 0-1 on Abram. Pitch is high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty much sunshine now has cleared up some of the clouds. We had cloud cover mostly for the first half of the game. Now sunshine. Pitch is foul. 68 degrees at first pitch. Might be a little cooler now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sorry, 1 ball and 2 strikes to the first hitter of this inning, Olivia Abram, second baseman. The pitch, swung on and missed. There's strikeout number 6 for Sophia Sacramone. And three times she's gotten Abram. We have a pinch hitter here. Batting for Rodriguez, who maybe she is hurt. She was roughed up on that steal attempt, which was a successful steal. It'll be Allison Cook batting for Rodriguez. Allison Cook pinch hitting here in the 6th. So Cook is a junior, replacing the senior Rodriguez, who may be injured. I'm not sure if it's just a pinch hit situation. Unlikely, just a normal pinch hit because Rodriguez bats in the 3-hole for Feehan. So I have a feeling she was shaken up by that steal attempt. She did stay out there to complete the defensive inning, but she's now pinch hit for by Allison Cook here in the 6th. 1-0 to the pinch hitter Cook. That's a strike, 1-1. While Rodriguez was in there, she scored the lone run of the game in the 4th inning on a walk, and then she took second on a heads-up play. She struck out in the 1st inning. Pitch is low. 2-1 on the pinch hitter Allison Cook. Cook, the junior. The 2-1 home. Ground ball, a second. Picked up casually by Johnson Pellegri. She made it look easy. It was a hot shot. 2 up and 2 down. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row retired by Sophia Sacramone. And this is Maddie Narducci. She has the lone RBI, a sharp single back in the 4th inning. Went between 3rd and short. Pitches a ball 1-0 to Narducci. A fly out in the 2nd inning to center, and then the single in the 4th in the RBI, the lone RBI in this game. It's 2-0 on Narducci, the cleanup hitter. She's a senior, plays first base. Pop up, ball is coming behind, over the dugout on the walkway. That's the dugout on the baseball field behind us. And it's 2-1 on Maddie Narducci. 6 strikeouts for Sacramone, 7 for Raymer. Pitches line drive, another play by Johnson Pellegri. She caught that bullet like it was nothing. 9 in a row retired by Sacramone, nothing across in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Bishop Feehan 1 and Franklin nothing. Carly Johnson Pellegri doing the job at second base. The way she feels it, and how about being in the perfect position for those wicked shots down to her at second base. In the bottom of the 6th for Franklin, it'll be Katie Dowley, the second hitter, followed by Sarah Buzang, the third hitter, followed by the cleanup hitter, Carly Johnson Pellegri. Franklin needs 1 to tie. A 7-inning scheduled game. If it's tied after 7, we go on. Miley Raymer has looked sharp. And Raymer has retired 5 in a row. Sacramone has retired 9 in a row since the single in the 4th inning, which plated the run. After that, nothing. So Raymer firing her warm-up tosses. Raymer wears that mask on the pitcher's circle. This has been an errorless game so far. No errors for either team. Only a couple of walks, I think, for each pitcher. A lot of strikeouts, a couple of hits here and there, and that's been about it. So we move to the bottom of the 6th. Here's Captain Katie Dowley, the center fielder, the senior, one of 5 seniors on the team. They'll be honored tomorrow here at the field on Senior Day. And here we go in the bottom of the 6th. Dowley stands in and bunts it. It's foul. It's foul. 0-1 on Dowley. She struck out twice, swinging in the 1st, swinging in the 3rd. Dowley now behind 0-1. Franklin down 0-1. The 0-1 home. Swung on and missed. Good speed by Raymer. She's in a groove now. 0-2 on Katie Dowley. Dally, one of the captains, along with Buzang and Johnson Pellegrini, all up this inning. The bunt, and that's going to be a strikeout on the third attempt. So she's the 8th strikeout. Bunt on the third strike is a strikeout. That's 8 strikeouts for Raymer. And this brings up Buzang. She singled in the first and hit a line drive to the first baseman in the third. Good contact both times. And she fouls it off to the right side behind the Franklin dugout. 0-1 on Sarah Buzang. Raymer with 8 strikeouts through 5 1/3 innings. And is called outside. Cristione had a long look at it, but called it a ball. 1-1 on Sarah Buzang, the junior first baseman. Hits in the 3-hole for Franklin. The 1-1, line drive over the second baseman's head. It's going to roll to the wall, past the right fielder Chase. Buzang around second. She's going to dig for third. She'll be there with the throw, and she's safe for the triple for Sarah Buzang. The Panthers have the potential tying run on third base with only 1 out here in the 6th. And the cleanup hitter, Johnson Pellegrini, she flew out deep to center field in the 4th and walked in the 1st. Great speed by Buzang and a triple. We said she was hitting the ball hard. A single, a line out, and now the shot be over the right fielder's head. Here's Johnson Pellegrini, the cleanup hitter. The chance to tie the game. Raymer's pitch. Pellegrini takes a ball 1-0 to Johnson Pellegrini. Pellegrini a walk and a long fly out. Buzang on third base. Here's Raymer with the pitch. Johnson Pellegrini swings and misses 1-1. On deck is Marley Allen, the catcher. Franklin with a runner on third with 1 out. They had a runner on third. Ball 2-1 on Johnson Pellegrini, the senior second baseman. 1-0 Shamrocks. Panthers batting in the home 6th. The wind by Miley Raymer. The pitch, Johnson Pellegrini had a notion. She checks with the home plate umpire, checked with the base umpire. He said no. Did not swing, and it's 3-1 on Johnson Pellegrini. Home plate umpire Cristione looked for help from Sarney, who said no swing. 3-1. Johnson Pellegrini looks at ball 4, 2 on. The potential lead run now is on first base for the Panthers. We'll see if they have any play on here. Looks like a pinch runner coming in. As Schaefer, the coach, is talking to the home plate umpire, Cristione. And it's going to be a key call here. It's going to be the pinch runner. It's going to be for Franklin. Try to get that number for you. Sophia Arena is going to pinch run. Arena pinch running for Johnson Pellegrini. She's the potential lead run. Pinch running in the 6th inning. Arena. She is a junior. At the plate is Marley Allen, the junior catcher. A strikeout and a walk. The pitch, they have the runners taking off. It's a stolen base. A stolen base on the fake bunt. Franklin has the potential tying run at third, the potential lead run at second with 1 out for Marley Allen, who took a strike. So Arena with the stolen base. The pitch is a strike. 0-2 as Raymer may have thrown her fastest pitch of the game. This is Marley Allen. Down 0-2. Raymer with the wind, the 0-2 home, the drive to second. It's going to get the tying run in. The throw to first for the out. Franklin has tied it. Franklin has tied it in the 6th inning. An RBI for Allen. and scoring was Boozang. It's 1-1, and now Franklin has a player at third base, the potential lead player, and Sophia Sacramone, the pitcher's at the plate. The pitch, she fouls it off. She lined out to second in the second and hit a ground ball, a hard one, to first baseman Narducci in the fourth. Two solid contacts for the pitcher. Chance to pick up the lead run now. Sacramone can help her own cause. 0-1. Raymer, the pitch. Sacramone takes a ball, 1-1. Down at third is the pinch runner, Arena. Remember, she stole second, now got to third on that last ground out by Allen. 1-1 to Sacramone, the pitch. A ground ball over to second base. It's caught there, throw to first in time. And we're going to go to the second, all tied up. Nice play by Olivia Abram for the Panthers. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 7th inning. It's Bishop Feehan 1 and Franklin 1. An exciting 6th inning led off by a booming triple by Boozang. Then the walk, the stolen base, and 2 groundouts to second base. Got 1 in, but then the second one retired the side. Franklin has stranded now 5 runners in the game. And we move now to the 7th inning, the potential last inning, but if it's tied, we play on. No tiebreakers in this one. No phantom runners or courtesy runners. As in MLB, we play normal style after the 7th inning if it's still tied. For Feehan, they'll have 5, 6, and 7 up this inning. Bella Silva, Miley Raymer, and Caitlin Devaney. Silva has hit the ball hard twice, a single and then a fielder's choice. Sophia Sacramone, she has struck out 6. Her opposing pitcher, Raymer, has struck out 8. But Raymer has not had a strikeout since, she did have one, Dowley, in the 6th inning. Prior to that, her last strikeout was in the 4th inning. So we move on to the 7th inning, tied up at 1, and this is Bella Silva, the left-handed batter, single in a fielder's choice. She's the designated player, does not play in the field. Here we go. Pitch is a strike. 0-1. Leading off the 7th inning in a tie game at 1. Pitch is a strike at the knees. 2 pitches in the same place, right at the knees. And it's 0-2 on Bella Silva. Sacramone pitches. It's a looper down the left field line. It's going to be trouble. It's a fair ball. That's in there. Runner's digging for second. Here's the throw, and she's standing just in time. She took a chance on standing and not sliding in, but she made it. A double for Bella Silva. She's 2 for 3. 2 for 3 for Silva. And here's the pitcher now, Miley Raymer, with a chance to help her own cause. Well, she'll be bunting and try to get the player to third with less than 2 outs. The infield is halfway around. Raymer does not fake the bunt or show the bunt, but takes the pitch outside. Raymer, a fielder's choice and a pop-up. Here's the pitch, and she's swinging away. No bunt here. Foul ball, 1-1 on Miley Raymer. She hits in the 6th slot for Feehan. Pitched a great game. Sacramone's pitch, a line drive, that's a fair ball down the left field line. That's going to play to run. Sacramone digging for 2, and she's got a stand-up double. And Bishop Feehan has retaken the lead on consecutive doubles here in the 7th inning. An RBI double for Raymer. And she'll be pinch run for by Alex Sousa again. Sousa ran earlier in this game for a player. Now she'll be pinch running out there. And at the plate is Caitlin Devaney. Still nobody out here in the second. 2-1, seventh. 2-1 pitch. Nice pickup by Allen. It's low in the dirt. 1-0 on Devaney. Devaney, a long fly out to left and a pop up to third base. Fly out in the second, pop up in the fourth. 2-1 Shamrocks here in the seventh. The pitch. High. 2-0 on Devaney. She hits in the seventh slot in the Feehan lineup. Pinch runner, Sousa on second base. Pitch home is popped up. It's going to go out to left field. The left fielder there is O'Brien. She makes the catch, throws to second. Runner right on the bag. So there's one out here in the seventh inning. 2-1, Shamrocks with the lead. They regained the lead after Franklin tied it in the sixth. Here is Allison Chase, the right fielder. A fly out deep to center in the third and a strikeout looking in the fifth. Pitch. That's a ball. 1-0 on Allison Chase. Pinch runner Sousa on second base with one out now. Sacramone, the sophomore, delivers. Pop up is foul. It's going to come behind the home plate and out of play. And it's 1-1 on Allison Chase, the senior right fielder. Hits in the eighth slot. Umpire will dust off home plate. And Chase will stand in with her 1-1 count. Sacramone's pitched well, 6 strikeouts. 1 ball and 1 strike to Chase. 2-1 now. Along with our producer, Chris Flynn, this is Pete Royce from Franklin High School. Non-conference game here today. 2-1. Low, 3-1. First base is open, but Franklin, I'm sure, does not want any more base runners out there. 3-1 to Chase. On deck is the ninth hitter, Rebecca Fielding, but she's normally the second hitter. That's a strike, 3-2. And the batter thought it was a walk. She tossed the bat away and said, oops. So she's back at the plate with a little bit of embarrassment. And she'll stand back in now with the full count. Here's the wind by Sacramone. The 3-2 home. It's just fouled off. Just getting a piece of it was Chase. Fielding is on deck, but she is the ninth hitter, but she's normally their second hitter. But because of an advanced placement test, she didn't arrive on the field in time. So she had to go in the ninth hole. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. That's 7 strikeouts for Sacramone. She's pitched a great game, only 1 run. And here is Rebecca Fielding. She's a good hitter. Don't be fooled by the ninth slot. She did pop out in the 5th inning. Pitch, swung on and missed. You saw her rip there. 1 on, 2 outs now in the visiting 7th. 2-1 Feehan over Franklin. Franklin would like to keep it a 1-run game. The pitch, that's low, 1-1 on Rebecca Fielding. Fielding is a junior. By the way, her test was, I believe, I thought I heard him say calculus. Good luck to her. Pop up on the bunt. It's fouled back, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Rebecca Fielding, the left fielder, the junior, inserted once she arrived at the field. The 1-2 by Sacramone. A ground ball is short. It hits the shortstop. She picks it up, throws in time. What a play by Ella Weston. She retires the side on that play. So it is a 1-run game. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors, 1 left. We go to the home 7th. It's Bishop Feehan 1, Franklin nothing. And Franklin will have 7, 8, and 9 here in this inning. We'll see if Coach Brianna Schaefer goes to her bench. It'll be Weiss, Drucker, and Florist scheduled up. Franklin needs 1 to tie, 2 to win it. Against Miley Raymer, who's been outstanding with 8 strikeouts. Sacramone with 7. But 2 doubles to lead off that inning by Silva and Raymer. And we have a 2-1 game to the home 7th. We'll keep an eye on any pinch hitters as we get ready for what could be an exciting finish. Could be a great finish. So glad you're with us, fans, here on Franklin TV. As the season begins to wind down to a precious few games left in the regular season, then postseason play. Miley Raymer with her pitch on her last warm-up, and from her knees as usual, Jillian Conlon fires it down to second, and stepping into the batter's box is sophomore designated player Addie Weiss. Weiss took a 3rd strike in the 2nd and struck out swinging in the 4th. Has a brief conference with Coach Brianna Schaefer. Still chatting with her from the 3rd base box. She nods in approval, does Weiss, and she stands in against the talented junior right-hander Miley Raymer. 1-0 Feehan. Here's the first pitch of the last half of the 7th inning. Here it is. It's swung on and fouled back off the catcher's protector. And it's 0-1 on Weiss. Franklin will be back here tomorrow against North Attleboro on Seniors Day. A 3:45 first pitch against North Attleboro. It's no balls and 1 strike to Weiss to lead off the home 7th. The pitch, it's a strike, 0-2 on Weiss. Raymer's been the star of this game with 8 strikeouts and an RBI double. Pitch swung on and missed, 9 strikeouts for Raymer and the RBI double. 1 up and 1 down in the 7th. And now we have a pinch hitter for Drucker. It's going to be Hedlund batting for Franklin. And that's going to be Maddie Hedlund pinch hitting for Drucker. Hedlund. Maddie Hedlund pinch hitting. Here in the 7th with 1 out, Hedlund. For Drucker. Drucker is struck out and grounded out to 3rd. The pitch, Hedlund swings and misses. Strike 1. Raymer has just stayed strong the entire game. 9 strikeouts so far. We're 1 out in the 7th. Maddie Hedlund stands in, pinch hitting for Drucker. Hedlund swings and taps the shortstop, second base Abram over to first in time for the out. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th. Franklin down to their potential last at bat, and it's going to be Ava Florist, the 3rd baseman, the sophomore. She struck out and grounded out on a nice wicked play down at 3rd base. A wicked shot to 3rd, fielded by Devaney, who threw her out. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Franklin down by 1. Pitches away, ball 1. If they can get Florist on, we go to the top of the order. Well, Weston has been red hot with 3 hard-hit balls, but Florist has to get on to keep it alive, or the game is over. 1-0 for Ava Florist, the sophomore. Pitch is a ball, 2-0. If she gets on, Weston has a line drive out to shortstop, a single and a line drive to right field. 2-0 on Florist. Here it is. That's a strike down the middle. 2-1 on Florist. Florist has played a good game at third base as well. 1-0 Feehan. Bottom of the seventh. 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch. It's a strike call. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Florist at the plate. The sophomore against the junior Raymer. The pitch. Strike 3 swinging. The 10th strikeout for Raymer ends the game. A tremendous performance by Miley Raymer with 10 strikeouts, and Bishop Feehan wins it 1-0. Feehan with 1 run in the 4th and 1 in the 7th. Franklin with 1 in the 6th, but that is it. As Franklin goes down, and on this season now, Franklin drops to 5-11, 0-3 out of the league, 5-8 in the Hockomock League. And for Feehan, they go to 8-7. And they play in the Central Catholic League. Well, thanks for tuning in, fans. We hope you enjoyed it. A great game here. 2-1, Feehan wins it over Franklin. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our technologist today, Chris Flynn. This is Pete Roy saying so long from Franklin High School. The final score for the final time today, Bishop Feehan 2, Franklin 1. Till next time, so